What if I told you there is one thing on Mars that even NASA fears? A problem so big that no technology on Earth can fully solve it. A danger so powerful that it killed one of NASA's strongest rovers. Today, we're going to uncover the biggest threat to human life on Mars. A danger that could decide whether humans ever live on the red planet or not. Is one big problem with Mars that no science or technology can fully solve yet. People say Mars is a lifeless planet where natural life is not possible. Scientists have found ways to keep humans alive on Mars using advanced technology. But this quiet red planet may have its own hidden plans for us. Mars has something very dangerous. This problem is so big that it once killed NASA's Opportunity rover. Before we talk about this issue, we need to understand why humans are risking everything for a planet that is 210 million kilometers away from Earth. Scientists believe that Earth's natural resources are slowly running out. Glaciers are melting. Rivers are drying up. Living near the equator is becoming harder every day because of rising temperatures. According to estimates, even if we manage to control the greenhouse effect, by the year 2100, most of the world's glaciers will have melted. Fresh water will become very rare. Apart from this, if any big disaster happens, like a dangerous pandemic, a global nuclear war, or an asteroid impact, then humanity will have no choice but to look for a second home. If that day comes, humans may disappear just like dinosaurs did millions of years ago. This is why scientists have been looking for a second home for many years. And that home will not be on Earth, but on Mars. Humans plan to build a colony on Mars, and maybe one day this dream will come true. Scientists picked Mars for many reasons. Mars and Earth share some similarities. For example, one day on Mars called a sol is about 24.6 hours long. That is only 36 minutes longer than a day on Earth. Mars also has seasons like summer, winter, autumn, and spring, just like Earth. However, these seasons are longer because a year on Mars is almost twice as long as an Earth year. Mars also has evidence of ancient rivers, lakes, and ice. It even has poles like Earth, the North Pole and South Pole. With ice on them, Mars has mountains, valleys, deserts, and volcanoes, just like Earth. In fact, the largest volcano in the solar system, called Olympus Mons, is on Mars. Mars also has some gravity and a thin atmosphere. These features made scientists believe Mars is the best choice for human colonization. But Mars is still very different from Earth. Even though Mars looks similar to Earth in some ways, it has many problems. For example, there is frozen water on Mars, but no flowing rivers or lakes. To get water, we will need to extract ice from the soil and then process it. This needs special equipment. Another problem is oxygen. On Earth, the air we breathe has about 20% oxygen. But on Mars, oxygen is only 0.13%. The rest is almost all carbon dioxide, 99.87%. So we need advanced systems to make oxygen on Mars. The temperature on Mars is another big issue. During the day, it can be around -6 degrees Celsius, which is very cold. At night, it gets even colder. Humans will need strong protective suits and heated shelters to survive. Mars also has no strong magnetic field like Earth. On Earth, the magnetic field protects us from harmful radiation from the sun. On Mars, without this protection, radiation can cause diseases like cancer. Scientists have been working for years to solve these problems. For oxygen, NASA has a project called MOXIE. It turns carbon dioxide on Mars into oxygen. MOXIE compresses and heats CO to gas to extract oxygen. This process needs electricity, which will come from solar panels. Scientists are creating inflatable habitats and underground bases on Mars for protection against the cold and radiation. These structures may be built under the surface or inside caves, using Martian soil for shielding. To secure water, NASA and the European Space Agency are developing methods to drill and heat underground ice for drinking, farming, and oxygen production. 4. food cultivation, they are exploring controlled environment agriculture, which involves sealed greenhouses with controlled air, water, and light. This concept has been successfully tested in Antarctica on the International Space Station, Mars. Looks quiet and peaceful in pictures. A dry red desert with rocks and soft winds makes it look lifeless and calm. But in reality, Mars faces one of the most dangerous natural events: massive dust storms. These storms are not normal storms. They are so huge that they can cover the entire planet. The main cause is a process called sublimation. Frozen carbon dioxide on the surface turns directly into gas. This creates strong winds that trigger giant dust storms. These storms happen every 2 to 3 years and can last for months. During this time, sunlight cannot reach the surface because the dust blocks it. This is a huge problem because most of our systems on Mars depend on solar power. Without sunlight, solar panels will stop working. Communication systems may also fail. Scientists believe that the thin atmosphere on Mars causes these storms. On Earth, the atmosphere is thick enough to keep temperatures balanced. But on Mars, the atmosphere is very thin. During the day, the ground on Mars becomes warm under the sun, but because the atmosphere is thin, the heat does not stay near the ground. So there is a big temperature difference between the surface and the air above. This difference creates strong winds. On Earth, storms bring clouds. But on Mars, there are no thick clouds, only dust. Once dust rises into the air, it stays there for a long time because gravity is weaker on Mars. That is why the planet gets covered in dust for months. Wind speeds in Martian storms can reach 160 kilometers per hour, but due to Mars' thin atmosphere, they are less destructive than on Earth. The main concern is blocked sunlight, which is critical for solar energy used in life support systems, oxygen production, water extraction, and farming. In 2018, NASA's Opportunity rover suffered during a massive dust storm that reduced sunlight by 96%. Despite its mission lasting 15 years instead of the planned 90 days, Opportunity could not recharge its batteries and ultimately stopped responding. Mars is an exciting planet for scientists and space explorers. It looks like Earth in some ways, but it is also full of dangers. We can make oxygen, extract water, and grow food, but the biggest problem is dust storms. They can block sunlight for months, and without energy, everything stops. So, what do you think? Will humans ever be able to survive on Mars? Or will this one danger stop us forever? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this video and want more amazing space facts, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss our latest videos. The universe is full of secrets and we're here to explore them together.